Okay, so I also wonder myself, what is life? And I'm gonna tackle this from a chemical point of view. So all started with a primitive Earth about 3,800 million years ago. The Earth was pretty different, you know, with all these weird shapes of the continents and stuff. And here we had the start point of a chemical reaction which has been on ever since, that has changed the face of our planet, which is life. How can I dare to say that life is just one single chemical reaction? Let me explain. So, generalizing, maybe a little bit too much, but broadly, what life does is it takes a chemical which is rich in electrons. I put here an electron source, which we may call food, and then extracts the electrons and pass them to another electron sink, which are waste products. And during this process, we have energy, which is released, and life uses this energy to synthesize other biochemicals that then it uses as materials to construct cells, and also have another chemical energy source for the cellular processes. So this cycle is close because we have, fortunately, photosynthetic organisms and also other organisms that can take energy from geothermal energy. So we can push back electrons up here again, and is close by here because this organism can take waste products, for example CO2, and then incorporate it again in the change. So, to be honest, non-photosynthetic organisms are like parasites of this cycle because the photosynthetic ones really are the important ones in continuing this cycle. Not only the plants, but also many bacteria and stuff. But we have other elements that are very important to continue this cycle, which I will call metabolism in general speaking. I'm speaking about all the global metabolism in taking the ecology point of view. So we need a membrane that embodies our metabolism. Now I'm speaking about a single cell, right? Here's the metabolism with our reactions, all these arrows here. But these reactions are carried out by very cool micro machines that we call enzymes. And these enzymes are coded by an information central unit that I will call DNA or RNA, depends on the organism. And this DNA has the information to code these enzymes, and the metabolism provides the materials to build the DNA and also to build the membrane. And of course, the DNA también participates in some micro machines in the membrane. So everything is interconnected. But what happens here is that we can see metabolism and DNA has two different political parties or personalities, because metabolism is like a very pragmatic guy, is too serious. And DNA is more like a funny guy, which is up to change, always. So what I say that because DNA, when the cell divides, DNA replicates. We have two copies. But this process is not perfect. And sometimes we have little change in the offprint that may cause the metabolism to change a bit. Of course, if metabolism agree with that, because if the change is too severe, then the cell just dies because this cycle cannot continue anymore. But when the changes are successful, what we have is that this wonderful tree of life, starting from the last universal common ancestor, and we have a lot of branches with a lot of new species that arise that can tackle another chemical reactions. And the beautiful thing about that is that we are all connected by the metabolism, but also that we all share the central part of the metabolism, which is thanks to this guy. because it's really conserved. We have the same metabolism, the core metabolism that all the organisms and all the same probably that the very first one on Earth, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, since I'm running out of time, I just finish here, which is I think is my point. I just thank you, and this is under Creative Commons. Thanks.